poor Hasan, dude. You're telling me people on Twitter who aren't biased decided that what looked like a pretty clear case of animal abuse, that there was animal abuse? Oh my god, it's like people outside of your fucking bubble are actually more attached to reality.
I have people who have made it their full-time jobs to like professionally hate on everything that I do. This is an inevitable byproduct of this. In any case,
All right, well, I guess we can just watch Hasan's response to the dog collar clip where he literally shocked his dog with an electric volt because he stood up and walked around his room while he was streaming instead of sitting down and being a background prop for his viewers to look at.
But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the
That's kind of ironic, talking about violence and then he just tases his dog.
same reason as to why America...
Nice.
Kaya, please just fucking go... Just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
I mean, is there any question as to what happened here? Like, he obviously looks at his desk to press a button. He presses it, then the dog gets electrocuted. Like, that's not even up for debate as to what happened. Anyone who thinks that he sent a vibration does not cause you to whimper out in pain, okay? That just is not how that works. Listen, I had an electrical thing on my house because I have a dog back home in New York, and my dog used to run away from home, and so we had to get like an electric fence set up to where if he ever tried to run away, and which would in many cases risk his life, you know, because he's running into like where cars are going, it would send him not even that much of a shock. He wouldn't even whimper. It would be like a shock that would just ease him back to our house, right? So that was just for one thing, to keep him from running away from home. There was no option to have a remote to click it manually that would shock him. So it was only when he reached that point outside of our house. He literally has like complete control over what seems like the strength and frequency of when he wants to shock him, which is like kind of crazy, I think. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, what's the actual use case for that, you know? Safety? Well, he's not fucking using it for safety at all, you know? I mean, this guy has like a $5 million house in Los Angeles, and so, you know, he probably has that dog taken care of by like dog sitters or, you know, his parents and whatever, and it just seems like he doesn't really care about the dog on a personal level at all, and just wants it to be like eye candy for the viewers, right? And that seems like why he has a literal piece of art with him and his dog, right? Same sort of reason.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Wait, what was that tweet? The Milo Yiannopoulos tweet. Why does Hasan Piker, a Turk, even have a pet dog? He's like, yeah, you abuse dogs, but let's get the bigger issue out of the way. You have Turkish DNA, and that's even worse.
Hasan is clearly reaching for a button of some kind.
Why are people mad about you, Kaya, / what were you doing? People speculated that I was actually shocking her. The clip looks fucking horrible. And they're like, oh, he was like hitting a button on his desk. I do not have a shock collar for Kaya, as I said yesterday, but it doesn't matter. People don't give a
Who believes this? Does anyone believe a word this guy says? If you believe this and this is what swayed you, you're a literal fucking idiot. They're the type of person that will go their entire life being like a fucking goldmine for propaganda. All it takes is someone being like, no, that didn't happen. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess it didn't. You're gonna like fight a war for something that you don't even understand like why it's happening, you know? The US government's gonna be like, bro, you have to go to fucking Israel and like die. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do that.
shit. All of the other clips that people have been showing are either the AirTag or the vibration collar that she has. Can you just show the collar? Shut everyone up. XU said he would donate 50K to a shelter if he did. This is one of Kaya's many collars. This is the one that people are talking about. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. There's the AirTag. There's the fucking vibrator. I understand.
Can you put it closer to the camera so I don't have to squint? Like, even when he shows it, it's so deceptive.
And that's it. There's the AirTag.
He's like covering half the thing. He doesn't give the maker model. He doesn't say what does that even mean? The capacity to vibrate? Does that use electricity? Oh, and we got fucking Frogan in the chat right here. Literally, bro. She probably has a collar on from him as well, you know? He's like, I got the XL size for you, bitch.
There's the vibrator. I understand.
Okay, but vibration collars don't hurt them, though. That sounded like it hurt her. Well, obviously, yeah. And she literally jolted to go back into the position that he sent a painful shock to command her to do.
I understand why people are concerned about it. It's okay. It makes sense why people would be like, oh my God, this person is being abusive if they only saw that clip. What were you reaching for in the clip? What do you think?
Really, bitch? This is what he does? He plays it off. He's like, oh, you thought I was abusing dogs. I was just getting my fix of Zyn cinnamon. By the way, cinnamon? Who the fuck has cinnamon Zyns? I have a lot of friends that do oral nicotine. Cinnamon? Dude, you have to be like a homosexual for this. This is by far the most damning thing I've seen on your stream.
That's right.
But no, obviously that wasn't true. He literally reached. He didn't reach for anything. He looked at something and tapped it, you know?
Oh my fucking...
I'm a Turk and I hate this man and Turks. Okay.
Zintins
okay.
From the cot to the PC, Kaya will be free. Yes, I will be addressing that as well. Don't worry. Why are people mad about you, Kaya, / what were you doing? There's a clip out there that in the aftermath of me getting my internet...
It's not out there. It's on the front page of every single social media site.
Getting pooped. I come back live and I'm very frustrated. And while I'm fucking tweaking around, I give Kaya the place command as I usually do. And there's
the place command? Really? Because that command usually either requires saying the word place or gesturing like down, you know, and neither of which he did.
Literally
this guy is such a liar. He literally is lying through his teeth right now. And people in his chat, these people who just do not deserve the right to vote, are listening to him and actually getting convinced. It's kind of unbelievable.
An emote for it in the chat for place, which is one of the things that she knows is she's like professionally trained. And I think while she was like getting up and down from the bed, I don't know exactly what happened, but I suspect that she
I wonder if throughout this video he's going to play the clips where he's also mistreated dogs in the past, years prior, during his IRL streams that are now resurfacing. Probably not, though. I would have to guess those won't be included in this video. Or the photo where he has a spike collar on another dog. I have an itching suspicion those won't be added.
Tweaked her.
If he cared about his dog, he would have gone over there and checked on her to see what happened. Yeah, I mean, usually when your dog whimpers, you want to comfort her afterward, right? You know, if your dog lets out a sigh or you know, some sort of pain, you know, that it's in agony, you want to comfort it. Regardless of that, like, even if you shock the dog on purpose, okay? Even if it's an accident, whether it's an accident or on purpose, when your dog whimpers out in pain, you as the owner who there's an expectation that you care about the fucking thing would want to go over there and see, hey, are you okay? Like, oh, I'm a poor thing. I didn't mean for that to happen. Or even if I did, like, you want to follow that up with love, you know?
Her dew nail, like the upper nail that's like her dew claw on the side of the bed. People,
this is so fucking it's like obviously lying, dude. How the fuck do people believe this? I was told Hasan sends out a shock collar to each of his subscribers so he can shock them when they misbehave. Like, really? How does this have 10,000 likes from people who salivate out of the mouth when they wake up in the morning and they just sort of forever have morning breath and mental disabilities and just everything that can make a person unpleasing? We have a literal furry. I'd let Hasan put a shock collar on me. Oh, porn humor. Oh, look at me. I'm a fucking furry and I found the whole thing funny when the dog got abused in real life because I was abused as a child, which led me to be developing some sort of porn addiction where grown men put on fursuits and fuck each other, and this is my channel, and yeah, that's me. Like, dude, really? Holy fuck. So demented. Literally sees animal abuse and thinks, huh, this arouses me as a porn addict. You're so fucked in the head. But again, it's like, what do you expect? He's a Hasan viewer.
Calculated that I was actually shocking her. It is basically a perfect shitstorm because obviously I have a lot of haters. Obviously a lot of people love dogs, myself included. The clip looks fucking horrible, and people were like,
why even add that? Why even add that he has a lot of haters, as if this is like somehow the golden opportunity for Hasan haters rather than a chance for you to explain that what you did was wrong and be honest, you know? I hate that. I hate when people are like, oh yeah, I have a lot of haters, so the clip where I shock my dog, you know, that's all those people. Like, no, actually, it's mostly people who don't like seeing dogs get shocked. And if some of those people happen to be your haters, that kind of just shows what side of the aisle you're on when it comes to being a good person.
Like, speculating because I was like moving around and they're like, oh, he was like hitting a button on his desk.
You were.
The most insane
like, so
part about
obviously.
it is that a lot of people were just like automatically under the assumption that I've been like abusing my dog, that I love more than most.
Someone did a timer where they show what percent of the stream Kaya, his dog, was on screen for, laying there like an inanimate object. And from a 4-hour broadcast, I think it was the broadcast where he shocked her, he was there, or she was there for 4 of the 4 hours, and then the one time she got up to like walk around, he shocked her for it.
Human beings. Dogs hurt themselves sometimes. It literally looks like she got caught and it hurt. You literally gave her belly rubs right after. I know. It did get
that never happened. There was no belly rubs right after.
Heavily blasted.
Right after, if we're talking right after, it had to have been after the 30 seconds to 2 minutes that he spent ignoring her after she whimpered.
In the orbit, and a lot of people are like losing their minds over it. It's okay. It is what it is. Maya did not corroborate yet, so that must be true that you're the worst. I know. As an animal conservation.
Is this all he does? Like, he just responds to these like softball criticisms from his chat rather than anybody who's actually saying anything of substance? That seems like the most genius way to stream if you're a piece of shit. Like, never actually leave your bubble and address what people are saying about the potential abuse you do to your dog, and you just respond to these absolute sycophants in your chat who are like, "Oh, your dog never complained in English about how you abuse her, so it can't be true." Plus, you're Turkish.
She's been secretly actually participating in the abuse of, once again, one of the most
he's done this so many times where instead of actually going and addressing criticism, he just like does this annoying ass like shitty satirical sarcasm where he's like, "Huh, you know me guys, hey, I'm back guys, #1 dog abuser," where he tries to like play into it, and it's like so boring. It's so fucking hard, stale bread. Just like breaks the roof of your mouth whenever you bite into it. It's just a nothing.
Loved dogs on the planet. Here's March in the chat. Funny part is Kai legit lives a better life than most people I know. Lamau, I know. It is pretty fucking nutty that is like an angle of attack here. I saw it all over my ex. For every 15 posts I saw saying you shocked her, there wasn't even one in your defense, and those horrific posts had millions of views. It's okay. It is what it is.
Oh, fucking poor Hasan, dude. You're telling me people on Twitter who aren't biased decided that in what looked like a pretty clear case of animal abuse, that there was animal abuse? Oh my god, it's like people outside of your fucking bubble are actually more attached to reality.
It is. I have people who have made it their full-time jobs to like professionally hate on everything that I do. This is an inevitable byproduct of this. In any case, I do think that there are people out there who saw the clip and were like, "This looks so bad," and they got completely fucking duped by the framing of it, and it's all right. I understand. For those of you who are confused by it, I do not have a shock collar for Kaya, as I said yesterday, but it doesn't matter. People don't give a shit.
This is wrong.
All of the other
clips
that people have been showing
he's just lying.
Are either the AirTag or the vibration collar.
No, he's just such a fucking liar, and he's not even a good liar. Like, this is the thing, right? I have to give credit to somebody who's able to swindle the public with their their just amazing communication skills and their efficacy with deception. But he's just shit. He's just bad at it. He's like, they must have thought it was an AirTag, you know? He's like, "Oh, it's AI. Oh, it never happened. My dog's comfortable." Literally shitty ass fucking excuses. So bad.
That she has, which I use when she is
They're just not true.
Roaming. You didn't refute the claims until now? No, I have. I did. Immediately.
Again, he just responds to some Down syndrome chatter, and then like it's supposed to be him getting his W.
Immediately. And the vibration collar for off-leash training doesn't work in the way that you guys think it does. Her hair is far too thick, as this chatter also correctly pointed out, for there to be any sort of collar that actually works in that way. There's
also the clip of he had a guest on stream, and this female guest was holding the dog and commented that the collar seems way too tight around her neck, and that's also getting resurfaced. Now, instead of obviously talking about these clips in tandem with the recent clip of him tasing his dog, he decides that instead of responding to those, he's just gonna read chat messages from like fucking Tylenol babies.
Is one of the most insane sagas that I have participated in so far. It is laughable because, once again, I have been around so many other content creators, people that do like literally animal welfare advocacy and things of that nature. This dog is a famous dog, and she is one of the best taken care of dogs of all time. Like, straight up. Lives a better existence than I do. lives a better existence than many of you do. Definitely lives a better life than my haters do. That's for sure. As someone who almost always agrees with you on stuff, the clip where you mentioned buying a shock collar before and the other clip where you talk about Frenchies and your response to the collar being too tight were all disappointing. But yeah, I'm sorry. Everyone was just accusing you of something so awful. Yeah,
Wow.
the clips that they're using are from like 10 years ago when I was talking about not
and people believe this. Like the clips that are not from 10 years ago, he's like, oh, they're from 10 years ago. It's just
using
crazy.
a shock collar. That's what I mean. That's what's so crazy about it, because like in the clip that they're using from like literally 10 years ago when I had a different dog, my former dog that passed away, I'm straight up in the OG clip being like, someone suggested I get a bark collar because
Guys, don't criticize me. My dog is the best dog ever. Yeah, and it's like, you do understand that regardless of if you shock your dog or not, that whole thing about, oh yeah, she lives a great life is sort of irrelevant, you know? Like, if a dog or if a human lives a good life, the abuse that they can undergo or the mistreatment they can undergo can still be bad in the grand scheme of things. Like, that's so obvious, right? If there's some guy who's born to a rich family and he eats only like the highest quality food and his mattress is $1,000, everything is expensive, and you know, his material conditions that he lives in are really nice. It doesn't make it like okay for the dad to smack the fuck out of the kid or to assault the child. You know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna assault my kid, but because he goes to private school and eats grass-fed steak, it's like fine. What?
Fish actually barks quite a bit. Fish is my previous dog. Here, this is what
roommate wanted to use.
there's a bunch of clips that are going around right now. People are trying to build this narrative. Here's the
Let's
19-second
see.
clip. I'm going to show
see.
you what they're using currently.
My
This is not even the one I was talking about, by the way.
old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for Fish and his dogs. I have it still. I bought it.
That's weird.
I wonder if he like watches himself and realizes how slow he sounds.
What is that flash cut in between?
Dogs. I have it still. I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
Here is the original clip.
They wanted to use a shock collar for Fish and his dogs. For Fish and his dogs barking.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it. They are
That's from-
incredibly effective.
That's literally
Wait, but the clip is like actually bad because it shows that you called it effective. So you used it. Like what? He's like, "Oh, I still have it and I used it, but I don't currently like I didn't put it on him perma. Like I had it. He sometimes wore it, he sometimes didn't. The cut makes no difference."
They are
That's from-
incredibly effective.
that's literally
Right. They're incredibly
His
effective.
dogs barking.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it. They are
That's from-
incredibly effective.
Oh, maybe he's not saying that he used it, but the person who he said or that he's referring to, his dog had it on. So maybe he didn't use it, but I don't know. It does sound like he did.
It's literally from like 2018 or some shit.
But I couldn't do it.
Damn, why'd they cut it like
I love when that's even said, dude, you're 35 years old. Like, he's literally 35. So 2018, 7 years ago, you're 28 or 27. My math is so bad. I'm actually shit. Hold on. Fuck! Yeah, 28 years old, which is not good. Like, when you're 28 years old, you don't know whether to, like, shock your dog or not.
That-
How do you not know that at 28?
Why don't you let her roam around the house? I'm not a hate watcher, just curious. Okay, so let me address
That's a good question.
a couple things.
That's actually a good question from the chatter. I don't think he know. Did he mean to read that one out loud? That doesn't sound
Really quickly. First and foremost, I have done this. I have addressed this a million times over. I've also shown in videos like Kaya's day-to-day experiences and stuff like that. Obviously, she gets out. She has an incredibly active morning. And not only that, but she also has an incredibly active afternoon. She gets 2 hours of playtime every morning at either the gym or at the park that I go to. And then as a big dog, as big dogs oftentimes do, she passes the fuck out for extended periods of time throughout the day. On top of that, at night, in the afternoon, she gets another hour-long walk. The reason why she gets another hour-long walk is because sometimes she gets bored, and that's understandable. Other times she runs up to the door when my mom comes in. As far as not letting her roam in the room itself, there's a very specific purpose for that. That is because, and this is something that I've described over and over again, the reason why she's not allowed to roam inside of this room, with the exception of like stretching or getting up, getting down, drinking water, things like that, is because she likes to lay on the ground. When she lays on the ground, that's terrible for her fucking joints. Every single thing that I do with this dog is either with a professional dog trainer or with a vet. Professional dog trainer or a vet. A lot of people don't understand how serious this is to take care of your dog, how important it is to make sure that you have like proper activity, proper socializing, and to make sure that your dog.
I guess when people say that it's a prop, you posting this photo is not necessarily debunking that, right? When you're looking at him and his dog posing for the camera, the whole prop narrative doesn't just go away then. You know, it's like, that's the same thing. It's just like a photo of this, basically, which is like the same frame from when you shocked her. So it doesn't actually change anything. Now, keeping that in mind, right, I don't doubt that the dog, it's like, you know, gets good care. He probably has a dog walker or, you know, someone that makes sure his dog's taken care of, besides, because he's just all the money in the world. But I don't think that because you have someone taking care of your dog and that it's being, you know, given adequate time outside and exercise and socialization, that you're now less likely to shock the thing. Like, that doesn't sound very convincing, right? Like, oh, I have a dog trainer, you know? That's like, so what, that makes it less likely for you to press the button when she's like walking around your streaming setup? I don't believe that at all. You know, it's like saying like, oh, you know, I gave my son a math tutor. I clearly care about his education, so I wouldn't smack him, so I wouldn't beat him. It's like, that's not really a good argument, like, at all, to be honest.
Dog gets out. Make sure that your dog is actually active. And more importantly, make sure that your dog has a regimented and very structured life, especially when you have a very large dog. I have a very large dog. Large dogs have a tendency to get hip dysplasia later on in their lives, and they have joint issues. She is 120 pounds. The other reason why it's important that a large dog is very properly trained is because a large dog can accidentally hurt someone. If she accidentally played with someone and nipped at someone, that would be a massive issue.
Okay, I want to skip ahead because I don't really, okay, I guess he's about to, the people who fell for this.
From the start,
I mean, the people who know the truth.
Well, there's a lot of like weird fucking comments. I'll bracket off the criticisms into 3 different categories. Okay,
so I'm gonna predict category 1, bad faith commentary channels and drama farmers, right? Category 2, people who were just random people who saw it and were upset that you know, whatever, clipped your dog, or people who, and number 3, people who already kind of didn't like you who saw it.
The number 1 is the broadest majority of people who saw that clip and were like, oh my God, this looks terrible. Like, this guy is fucking abusive or whatever. Right? Which is hilarious to say about someone like myself, especially considering that I am very, very careful and very good with Kaya. I spend every waking moment with her. She is the love of my life. She's the most important thing in my life. Okay? I love her more than I love most human beings. The notion that I would be abusive to her is obviously ridiculous, but it is what it is. Virtually every single
pre-watch, no, but we'll see if I was right about the other 2.
Person that has been around us would attest to that, for the record. That's number 1. So looking at like a 20-second clip over an 8-hour time frame that is negatively framed in a way to make it seem as though like I'm abusive or anything like that, it can reach a much larger audience. And if people are oblivious to it, they will get duped by it, and it is what it is. Number 2, the second type of people that took advantage of this was the regular guys, like the pedo underscore trolls of the world. From what I understand, Ethan himself was in some hot water for using a prong collar, which, by the way, ironically enough, I had used the prong collar in the past for Fish, my previous dog. So I think he was like using that as well to be like, oh, look, see, Hasan used a prong collar. And it's like, yeah, I don't anymore. And also, it's just, I don't know how that has anything to do with me. Like, your audience is yelling at you over that sort of thing. On top of that, there was like the third category of people who are totally in the periphery. You only go 1 VOD bag and Kaya roams the entire VOD amount. I know, but it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, anyway, I don't, Okay, what is Kaya's
on all
collar?
of
What
her
is this?
collars to make sure that I know where she's at. And one of the collars that people are pointing to from previous days or from like months ago is the collar that is a vibration collar, a collar that I use specifically to communicate with Kaya when she's free roaming at the park or when she is, off leash running around. When you leave your dog to free roam to
Dude, it's like knowing every word he's saying is fucking bullshit, and he still continues to not stutter one time when spewing complete falsehoods. It's a vibration collar. Vibration using what? Like what? It just shakes a little bit? It just jiggles? The fuck is that gonna do? That's like no different than you petting her, right?
go out on the trail or whatever.
That's just not like real. This isn't like honest at all.
There are going to be instances where you can
What is, he doesn't even show the fucking collar. So it's literally like, I'm gonna listen, you're telling me I should listen to 2 minutes of him explaining what the fucking collar is without one time showing it to the camera and describing the make and model, other than him briefly showing it 10 years away from the camera and telling us that it's like, not that bad? Yeah, fucking right. This guy's a fucking liar, a clown. He's a deceptive person. He's a piece of shit. This has been known. But what's interesting to me, right? When people look at this now and they're recently coming to the discovery that people should have known by now that Hasan is a piece of shit, you have to understand, like, this doesn't really surprise me, because you have to look at what somebody would do and judge their actions and compare them to their morals, right? So if someone thinks it's morally wrong to steal and then they go steal, that makes them immoral by their own standards. If someone says it's right to steal and then they steal, then they're in line of their morals, right? Hasan, what doesn't surprise me about this is that this is just totally par for the course for the guy. He is supportive of violence against people that he doesn't like. He wants people to be killed for being in political positions that he disagrees with. Like, he's okay with, he doesn't like capitalists. He thinks they should have their blood run red in the streets. He doesn't like property owners. He doesn't like Republicans. He doesn't like many people who are just like Nelk Boys viewers, conservative level, like not even serious political people. And so it's like, bro, if you think this guy is like not violent and you see this and you're surprised, you're a fucking idiot, or you haven't been paying attention. So yeah, I don't think he's a hypocrite. I think it's just like, oh, when people see what he actually advocates for in video, like now it's all of a sudden so glaringly obvious that he's a piece of shit, when it's like, bro, I don't need to see it in order to understand that he's bad, you know? When I hear him saying someone should kill Rick Scott, someone should enact violence on these people, it's like, yeah, well, when the violence actually happens, I'm not actually surprised. So yeah, he's a fucking piece of garbage, and you've been lied to, yeah, by you, very obviously. And yeah, I'm unemployed, and this is a little too ridiculous for me. Ethan Klein literally accused Hasan of keeping his mom as a prisoner. Okay, like, this is fucking stupid, bro. Like, again, this is like what about is, I'm like, oh, Ethan Klein said something, and so because Ethan Klein said something ridiculous, when other people besides Ethan Klein are saying that this is ridiculous, that they shouldn't be taken seriously because there's some overlap, that's retarded, like, actually. And so is Hasan, and so are his fans. And at this point, if you still support this guy, there is kind of no room for confusion. There's no room where I can say, yeah, you know, you might not know, or, you know, maybe you just like some of the things that he says, but not that. No, like, you're just, it's over for you. It's indefensible. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. If you didn't leave it, I'm going to see you guys later. Bye!